This has been requested quite a bit. How many of you have heard The Last by Agust? Where did that come? What album is that? It can't be on D2 because I did a D2 deep dive. So was it from the first Agust album? Yes. Is it actually called D1? How the hell do I not know that? Is that true? D1? Why does that not sound familiar? Huh. It's called Agust D. Oh, but we refer to it. Okay, that makes sense. Thank you. I was like, that doesn't sound familiar at all. Man, I am so un-army right now, but thank you. So Agust D, that's what I thought. The Last, huh? And I can't remember how it came up, but somebody had said, since we've gone through D2 and we've gone through D-Day, and maybe it was specifically Amygdala, The Last. And it looks like this is a lyrics video, I think. Okay, so we're going to get in some lyrics. Y'all ready for this? He closes the concert with it. Okay. Interesting. Let's do it. The Last.
잘 나가는 아이돌 래퍼 그 이면에 나 약한 자신이 서있어 조금 위험해 우울증 강박대대로 다시금 도주 Hell no 어쩌면 그게 내 모습일지도 몰라 damn 현실의 괴리감 이상가의 갈등 아픈 머리가 땡기피증이 생겨버린 게 18살쯤 그래 그때쯤 내 정신은 점점 모여대 가끔씩 나도 내가 무서워 자기 혐오와 다시 놀러 와버린 우울증 덕분에 이미 민연기는 죽었어 죽은 여전과 난가 비교하는 게 나의 일상이 돼버린 지 오래 정신깔 처음 가
Hold on a second. And Yoongi is already dead. D1, Amygdala, 18, social phobia. It's been a long time since my everyday life became killing my passions.
난가 비교하는 게 나의 일상이 돼버린 지 오래 정신깔 처음 간다 부모님이 올라오 같이 상담을 받았지 부모님과
Oh my God. They said they hardly knew me.
잘못 내 자신도 나 잘못 그렇다면 누가 알까 친구 아님 너 그 누구도 나 잘 몰라 의사 선생님이 내게 물었어 주저없이 나는 말했어 그런 적 있다고 어른처럼 하는 말 I don't give a shit, I don't give a fuck 그딴 말들 전부 다 날 간날 숨기려 하는 말 지우고픈 그때 그래 기억조차 나지 않는 너는 공연하는 말 사람들이 무서워
Hold on, he's getting ahead of me. I'm like trying to process what he's saying. Like he's spitting so much so fast. I don't want to miss anything. That time I want to erase. That's right. The memories I want to erase of that day I had that concert.
그래 기억조차 나지 않는 너는 공연하는 말 사람들이 무서워 화장실에 숨어버린 나를 마주하던 나 그때 난 성공이다 보상할 줄 알았지 근데 말해 시간이 지날수록 괴물이 된 기분이야 처음 아파가 나의 성공이란 괴물은 더 큰 부러워 내 무기였던 욕심이 때려 날 집어삼키고 망치며 때려 목줄을 걸어 어떤 이들은 내 입을 틀어 막으면서 나가를 삼키라 해 I don't want that 그들은 내가 이 동산에서 나가길 원하는 shit
Oh my God. The lyrics are one thing, but the way that he's screaming them, oh.
욕심이 때려 날 집어삼키고 망치며 때려 목줄을 걸어 어떤 이들은 내 입을 틀어 막으면서 낙가를 삼키라 해 I don't want it 그들은 내가 이 동산에서 나가길 원하는 shit 알겠으니까 제발 그만해 이 모든 일들의 근원은 아니까 나 스스로 그만둘게 내 불행이 니들의 행복이라면 기꺼이 불행해줄게 증오의 대상이 나라면 기어틴에 올라서 줄게
와우. I kind of hope that's it. Nope.
상상만 하던 것이 현실이 돼 어리석음이 내 눈앞에 꼴랑두명 앞에 공연하던 족밥 이제 또 교덤이 내 코앞에 한번 사는 듯 누구보다 화끈하게 대접 사는 건 아무나 해 My fam, my homie, my fam 걱정 말 나 이제 정말 괜찮아져 내 본질을 부정했던 게 숫자래 내 주선 아이돌 부정은 안해 수차례 정신을 파고들던 모든 방황의 끝 정답은 없어 내 팔아먹었다고 생각했던 자존심이 이제 나의 자긍심 내 팬들아 떳떳이 고개들 누가 나만큼은 세이코에서 롤렉스 악스에서 체조네 서치타번에 끄떡거리는 수만 명들의 고개 쇼미더머니 못한 게 아니라 안 한 거라고 shit 우리 팔아먹던 너는 안 한 게 아니라 못한 거라고 shit 내 창작에 뿌리는 한 세상 내 맛선만 똥만까지 다 박힌 화장실 바닥에서 잠을 정하는 그땐 이제 내게 추억이 돼 배달 알바중 났던 사고 덕분에 시발 박살이 났던 어깨 부여잡고 했던 내 비는 내가 누구 앞에서 고생한 척들을 해 쉐이코에서 롤렉스 악시야
The debut that I clutched onto. You guys just pretend like you've suffered.
앞에서 고생한 척들을 해 쉐이코에서 롤렉스 악시야서 체조네 서치타번에 끄떡거리는 수만 명들의 고개 한이 나은 날 똑똑히 나를 봐 우리 팔아먹던 너는 안 한 게 아니라 못한 거라고 shit
Oof, okay. I'm kind of glad that's done. Jeez. So there's clearly a lot of ties here. Wow. Yet again, I say, when Yoongi talks, shut your mouth and just listen. Every single line. See, and now that we've heard Amygdala and we know the story and we can kind of go back and put pieces together, it's like Amygdala has presented, for me at least, all these little holes in the story that I didn't really know were there. And now this song, each lyric just like puts a piece together. There's a weak self standing. It's a little dangerous. Okay, I want to pull up these lyrics. I know we just read them, but I want to actually see them line for line. Background information. On is a mix of sorrow, nostalgia, anger, pain, and hope. It's the emotional journey and state of mind of someone who has been gravely wronged but is powerless. Powerless in society to take revenge, but decides eventually to cling to the hope of a better future when you overcome your Han. Okay, let's see here. Okay, there's a couple things that stuck out to me. Talks about the weak self and how it's dangerous. He goes back and talks about depression and compulsion, how it flares up. Maybe that's my true self. Man, in Amygdala, when he's saying, like, I don't know your name, and then his parents saying, like, we don't know who he is, and if they don't know who he is, his friends don't know who he is, how is he supposed to know who he is? Conflict with ideals, my head hurts. The social phobia that developed at 18. My mind became polluted. Sometimes I'm afraid of myself thanks to self-hatred. I thought this was really interesting. Min Yoongi has already died. I killed him. My first thought to this was that this could potentially be a symbolic way of saying that his August D persona is supposed to be this replacement to Minyungi. It's like a detachment. And I know gloss came first. Like, I get it. But yeah, like August D killed Minyungi. Huh. So now I'm wondering where the Deishita storyline kind of plays out here between the king. Man, Yoongi, what are you doing, bro? My dead passion. Compare my dead passion to others. My parents said they didn't know me. I didn't know myself well either. Then who would know? Nobody knows me well. The doctor asked me, have you ever beep? Without hesitation, I answered that I have. I say like a habit, all those words are to hide my weak self. You know, it's like they say, somebody has a reaction to you that feel like is a little bit over the top in some way. 9 times out of 10, that reaction has nothing to do with you. That's something that they're dealing with. And not to like really sidetrack this, but with that whole Twitter drama that I went through when I tried to just give a positive spin on Hobie enlisting and kind of like, hey, don't worry about him, he's going to be fine. And he's doing fine. The people that came back at me pretty hard, I didn't sweat that. Because their response has got nothing to do with me. They're mad at their dad or something. Like, that shit's got nothing to do with me. So I don't sweat it. But like, when he's talking about how he's saying this and saying that, and he's bringing this real aggression out, he's using that to hide his weak self. It's a guard. The time that I want to erase. It was on a day of some performance I can't even remember. Wow. I faced myself who got afraid of people and hid in the washroom. Back then I thought that success would make it all worth it, but then it feels like I'm becoming a monster as time passes. The monster, my success earned at the cost of my youth, wants greater wealth. See, this feels like the king in Deishita. And I don't know if that's the case. I'm really just trying to put pieces together. Because knowing him, he's done that. The greed that used to be my weapon now swallows me, ruins me, and puts a leash around my neck. Some people stop my mouth and ask me to swallow the forbidden fruit, and I don't want it. They want me to leave this garden. I get it, so please stop. The cause of all these problems is me, so let me quit by myself. Things I had only imagined became reality. My childhood dream is in front of my eyes. A little shit who used to perform in front of 2 people, and now Tokyo Dome is in front of my nose. I only live once, so I live harder than anyone. Living half-heartedly can be done by anyone. My fan, my homie, my fam, don't worry, I'll really be okay now. Damn. The anguish that dug into my mind multiple times. At the end of my wandering, there was no answer. My pride that I thought I had sold now becomes my self-respect. My fans, keep your head up proudly. Who else would do as much as I do? The root of my creation is Han. I have tasted the world's sweetness, bitterness, and even shit. The time when I tried to sleep on a bathroom floor is now a memory to me. It became a memory. The crushed shoulder, the accident. In front of whom do you think you're pretending you've gone through hardships? Oh boy. I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm just about done with this, but I'm going to highlight this for a second. Every time this line came up, I thought it was interesting. In front of whom do you think you're pretending you've gone through hardships? I'm going to say something that some of you will not like, but I think more of you will agree with. But I think all of you will understand. When we watched the behind the scenes of Amygdala, and Jungi was talking about we create our own scars, I think somebody in chat even said yes, and I was referencing it myself. It's how we react to things. It's not really what happens to us, it's how we react to it. I think that in some ways, Jungi is right in that we have the ability to scar ourselves. Absolutely. Do I think that every scar is made by us? I don't. I actually disagree with that, because I think that no matter how hard we try, there are going to be some things in our experiences, regardless of how we react to them, even if on the surface we react well, they still have a propensity to scar us. Whether we want them to or not, I think it can be there. But here's what I'm going to say about this. In front of whom do you think you're pretending you've gone through hardships? I have known a lot of people in my life through my 42 years that, and I say that because I don't think it's a generational thing. And I want to beat some of you to the punch that are going to immediately say, oh, well, that's a Gen Z thing, or that's a millennial thing, or whatever bullshit you can come up with. I don't think it's a generational thing that some people have a tendency to focus or even seek out hardships. And I don't mean challenges in life. I mean, some people, like, it almost feels like it's part of their personality to choose negativity, or to choose anger, or to choose, I don't know what I want to say drama, but drama's not enough, right? Like, life can be beautiful and life can be really hard, and we all have different experiences. Like, I've gone through my stuff, you've gone through your stuff, and I think that if we were to be really, really honest, forget the audience that life can present you with. Forget about your friends, your family, and all the people that can be that audience for you. If you take them out of the mix and you were to actually honestly react to a lot of the things that life presented to you, I don't think that some of you, and I'm not thinking of anyone in particular, I'm really not, but I know what I see on a daily basis. I know what I've experienced with people. Some people just have a tendency to reach out and take any little piece of something, they take that, they'll kind of manipulate it, and then that becomes some type of social currency. It becomes a form of power. And nowadays, because so many people have trouble having these difficult conversations where, God forbid, we could disagree with each other, or I could say something that you don't like, people are afraid to disagree or to tell you, like, I don't even know what I'm saying. I feel like some of you kind of get it. You know what I mean? And I think the whole reason that I'm bringing that up is because this line kept really kind of hitting me. Now that we've seen Amygdala and we know what Jungi has presented us with, he's saying, who do you think you're pretending you've gone through hardships? Like, some of us have. And I think all of us have had some type of hardship, some more than others, we all have different experiences. I don't think this is the time, and I don't think Jungi is saying your hardships are not as bad as my hardships. That's not what he's saying. I guarantee it. Because you can't compare what you've gone through with what other people have gone through. But if I could really kind of twist this into some type of message, I would say this. Do yourself a favor, regardless of what age you are and what generation you're a part of. Do yourself a favor, and when you start to feel that build up inside of you of anxiety or anger or sadness or whatever you're going through, legitimately ask yourself, is this worth how I'm feeling? Now, are any of you going to do that? No. This isn't an after-school special. It's not an episode of Full House. You're not going to do that. But I feel like what I see on a regular basis, a lot of you would have a much better life in a very easier way if you just, and just let a lot of shit go instead of grabbing onto it and trying to make it into something that you think is going to, I don't even know what I'm saying. I really don't. I got nothing, man. Yeah. So Jungi does it again. He's got a way, man. He's got a way of telling these stories line for line in such an honest and authentic way that you literally just have to just stop and listen. I love it. I love it. And that's why I've got that break glass in case of emergency with Jungi in it. Because, tell you what, man, he does it every single time. Man. Now, don't get me wrong. Do I think that there's some things in life that we need to legitimately be upset and pissed off and throw things across the room for? Absolutely. Do I think it happens every day? Sure, absolutely. But do I think that there are some people that can do it a bit much and they're doing it for the wrong reasons? Absolutely. And honestly, as an outsider watching some people, it sucks. It sucks watching them go through it. To me, in that line, he's more saying to the fakers, I've been through hardship too. Don't act like I haven't by pretending you have when you haven't. They don't know that they know we know we know. That's how I read that, Jojo. I do see what you're saying, though. I do. Yeah. Masterpiece. Totally agree. The last. Wow. I mean, a lyric video. Generally, I get really deep into these music videos, but these lyrics, man, this is wow. And once again, I'll say I'm kind of glad that I didn't hear this before I heard some of his other songs that it references.